Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again, and welcome to another music collection update. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, so first up is the album Power and Pain by the band Whiplash. Yeah, this is a really cool, very underrated thrash metal band that I only recently discovered, mainly due to actually a book that came with the EP Ancient Morbidity by Morbid. That EP, there's a book that comes with it, and it's basically sort of the last couple issues of Slayer magazine. And there's a page dedicated to this band, and that's pretty much how I found out about this band. But anyway, yeah, I actually finally got their first album. I haven't heard any other album by them yet, but yeah, I can't wait to review this one. Probably the review will probably be within the next couple of days. But yeah, definitely soon. Um, Next up is the compilation album, the '70s tapes by the band Angel Witch. Um, Yeah, I mean, besides their first album and their Loser EP, this is probably, um, I'd say, definitely one of my top favorites of their releases. I don't really like a lot of their later stuff, like their newer recordings. This came out in 2018, but it consists of their first two demos from 1978 and 1979. So it's technically their early stuff, even though it wasn't released until way later. But yeah, it's really interesting because I don't know. I guess that the what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I guess that the version I heard on YouTube, whoever uploaded the '70s tapes onto YouTube, the compilation album, somehow messed up the track listing. Like, there's one song on side A that on the upload on YouTube that's actually a song on the record on side B. And then there's a song. Then the first song that's on side A on the record version was actually the second song on side A on the version that was uploaded to YouTube. I don't know. Um, But anyway, weird track listing bizarreness aside, yeah, this is just a very cool release, and I can't wait to review it. Next up is probably one of the two things on here that I was the most excited for. This is the 40th anniversary edition of Number of the Beast, my favorite Iron Maiden album, my favorite album of all time. Now, it's very special for two reasons. Well, technically three. One, it's of course the 40th anniversary of this album. That's amazing that it's that old. Two, it's the intended tracklist version. Of course, the track that was originally supposed to be on it was titled "Total Eclipse," but they last minute decided to not put that on there and put Gangland on the album instead. But this version has that mistake corrected, where they replaced Gangland with the song that was originally supposed to be on here. Of course, "A Total Eclipse." Um, and the third reason why I was excited for this release was because it's a double album. And I don't mean double album in terms of double vinyl, because there's actually three vinyl in here. It's a triple vinyl set, but it's a double album in terms of actual album itself, because first half is, of course, Number of the Beast, the original tracklist version that was never actually put out until now. And then the second half is the absolutely underrated and extremely amazing Beast Over Hammersmith live album that was recorded during the tour of the Number of the Beast album. Actually, it was recorded 2 days before the album actually was released. Um, Now, previously, this was only available on CD, and that CD was only ever available in a box set that I think goes for like over $400 now. Um, I know you could buy it individually. There's people who are selling that particular CD individually now, but originally you could only buy it in the box set. But even the CD itself is pretty expensive. I think it's like maybe like $100, 180, $100, somewhere around that. But yeah, this is the first time this album has ever been released on vinyl, and it's actually remastered. The original audio was not too good, but they actually remastered it along with the audio for the Number of the Beast album. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna review this, mainly because I've already reviewed Number of the Beast and Beast over Hammersmith. I've reviewed the original version of this and the original CD version of this, but I'm definitely, I don't know, I'm kind of maybe considering reviewing this, considering that this is a complete this is, an altered version of that. It's the intended version, and then this it's exactly the same but on vinyl. But I don't know, I might review this thing, I might not. It just really depends on if I ever feel like I want to review it. But again, I at the moment I probably won't. I feel like I won't review it. I mean, I feel like I don't feel like reviewing it again because I've already reviewed these two albums in their separate forms. But who knows? Maybe down the line I might actually do a review of this. Anyway, and then the thing that probably was the second most exciting thing I was waiting for. Oh boy, this thing took forever to arrive. But this is another box set. Excuse me. But this is another box set. I recently just got the Mayhem box set not too long ago. But this is Shrine of the Pentagram by the band Treblinka. Treblinka was a very early black metal band. In fact, they were part of the first wave of black metal, and one of the very few first wave black metal bands that actually sounded like black metal. Really, the only other ones besides this band that I could think of is Bathory and Morbid. Whereas other early black metal bands, first wave black metal bands sounded a lot more thrash or death metal inspired, or death metal musicality. Yeah, sure, there's some of that on this, but this definitely sounds a lot closer to what you would expect black metal to sound like. Again, along with bands like Bathory and Morbid. This is their complete discography. Unfortunately, this band didn't last long. I think they lasted from 1987 to 1989. It was right in front of the camera the entire time. I could have just looked at the front of the cover. Never mind, I totally overlooked that. But yeah, 1987 to 1989. They only released two demos and an EP. But this is their complete collection of their discography, both the released stuff and the previously unreleased stuff. Of course, this contains their first demo, Crawling in Vomits, their second demo, Sign of the Pentagram, which is probably my favorite thing they've released. Their EP, Severe Abominations, rehearsal tracks, and 1, 2, 3, and three live performances and some more rehearsal tracks. What was I gonna say? This band is one of those bands that was really good to start out and then went to shit. Now, not the iteration this is. This when they were Treblinka, they were amazing, but they eventually around 1989/90-ish changed their name to Tammet, and the first two Tammet albums are kind of similar to the style of here, maybe a little bit different, maybe a little bit more death metal oriented. But not the first album. The first album was definitely pretty much a Treblinka album. But the second album, it was a little bit more towards the death metal, 90s death metal sound. And then they would sort of slowly but surely get away from extreme metal. Mainly because the band members, the replacement band members, I think there was like only 2 original band members left, or maybe just one. I think it was just the vocalist at one point. Then he got in a lot of replacement band members who did not like metal, or at least I think they either didn't like metal at all, or just at least didn't like extreme metal. So they kind of went away from extreme metal. They went more like this really bizarre experimental shit. They released an album that's probably one of the worst albums in all of metal. I don't know if it's technically a metal album, called Wild Honey. It's weird. But this band has gone through some bizarre changes over the years, both in name and in actual like musical style and stuff like that. But again, the Treblinka stuff is absolutely amazing, and another thing I can't wait to review. Yeah. Alright, so that's about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.